Good morning, students. This is your geography lesson. Students, as you know, we are reading Unit 1, the Natural Topography, including drainage. And from this unit, we are reading about major natural topographical areas of Pakistan. And in this regard, we have read about four natural topographical areas that are the northern mountains and northwestern mountains, the western mountains, the Balochistan plateau, Potawar plateau, and Salt range. Today we will discuss topographical features of the Indus plain. So we start our lesson. The Indus River Plain is a vast expanse of fertile land covering about 200,000 square miles, 5,18,000 square kilometer, with a gentle slope from the Himalayan Piedmont in the north to the Arabian Sea in the south. So students, I need you to open your book, page number 19, and we will read more about the Indus plain. The river Indus and its tributaries drain the Indus plain located throughout most of Punjab and the central part of Sindh. So there are two main tributaries of the Indus plain, and these are of Punjab and the central part of Sindh. Its northern part is known as the Upper Indus plain. By Panjnad, the five main tributaries of the Indus, including the Beas which joins the Satluj in India, have all joined together. After the Satluj joined the Chenab at Panjnad, the river is itself called the Panjnad. The river Panjnad flows for a further 72 kilometers before joining the Indus near Mithankot. So students, it is divisible into two sections, the upper and lower Indus plains, on account of their different physiographical features. The upper Indus plain is drained by the Indus together with its tributaries, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj rivers. There are how many rivers? 5 rivers. These are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj rivers. In Punjab province, Punjab means 5 waters, and in reference to 5 rivers. Punjab is derived from Persian 5 waters and in reference to 5 rivers. The general slope of the plain towards the sea is gentle, with an average gradient rate of change of 1 meter to 5 kilometers. Below Mithankot in Sindh, the Indus flows as gigantic, a very great size river till it falls into the Arabian Sea. This part is known as the lower Indus plain. So, in the lower plain, it forms a single large river with no significant tributaries. The plain narrows to form a corridor near Mithankot. So, in the upper Indus plain, there are 5 tributaries, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj rivers, And in the lower plain, it forms a single large river with no significant tributaries. Now, what are natural topographical features of the Indus Plain? 1. Active floodplains. 2. Old floodplain. 3. Alluvial terraces. 4. Piedmont plains. 5. Tidal delta. And 6. Rolling sand plains. The active floodplain. First of all, we will read about the active floodplain. A floodplain is a generally flat area of land next to a river or stream. A floodplain is a generally flat area of land next to a river or stream. It stretches from the banks of the river to the out edges of the valley. The narrow strip of land on both sides of the rivers is called the active floodplain area. So, a floodplain is the narrow strip of both land on both sides of the river. The narrow strip of both land on both sides of the river is called active flood plains. It is locally known as Bat or Khadar land. Khadar land. So it is known as Bat or Khadar land. It is inundated almost every year. Inundated to cover with the flood. So it is flooded almost every year in rainy season. At the end of the rainy season, the land is marked with dry and braided channels rich in alluvium, a deposit of sand, mud, etc., formed by flowing water. So, it is flooded almost every year, and at the end of rainy season, the land is marked with dry and braided channel. Braided flowing in shallow channels that divide and reunite in a pattern resembling the strands of a braid. The active floodplain is found along all the rivers except for the southern half of River Ravi due to the low volume of water. When the river Indus enters the low Indus plain, the floodplain is around 40 km wide, which makes it an important farming area. So, with the entrance of river Indus into the lower Indus plain, the area becomes of 40 km and it is very important area for farming. So it becomes fertile land. It is rich land and useful for farming and irrigation. The old floodplain. The old floodplain is the area between the terraces of alluvial and active floodplains. So, meander and cover floodplains cover the area between the alluvial terraces and the active floodplain. When there is heavy rainfall, only then it is flooded. So they are only flooded when there is heavy monsoon rainfall. They are covered with old alluvium deposited in the past. Features found on the old floodplain include abandoned channels, meander, scars, and the remains of ox bows, sometimes still with some water in them. So, ox bows, abandoned channels, and meander scars can be found on these plains. What are meander of a river follow a winding course? So students, what are the old floodplains? It is the area between the terraces of alluvial and active floodplains. When there is heavy rainfall, only then it is flooded. Oxbows, abandoned channels and meander scars can be found on these plains. On the other hand, active floodplains, it is flooded almost every year. Bed or Khadar is a narrow strip of land on both sides of the river. When the season of rain concludes, alluvium can be found in its dry and braided channels. So students, this is difference between active floodplains and the old floodplains. This is your lesson for today. Thank you for listening. Allah Hafiz.